This ends now. No matter what happens after this battle, you are going down. The totalitarian system of government that you have controlled for thousands of years ends today, with your defeat. Without waiting for a response, HFY gave the order to his officer. Cut the communication immediately. Valerius's hologram vanished, leaving the bridge in deep silence. The last chance for peace, however small, had disappeared. HFY looked at his fleet, then at the capital of the Krtak Empire. The attack was about to begin. Chapter 59, Low Orbit Deployment. Location, orbit of the planet Krtaxis Prime, capital of the hegemony. Time, minutes before the start of the assault. HFY's flagship held its strategic position, surrounded by the bulk of his fleet. The planet Krtaxis Prime filled the view. The air on the bridge was tense, charged with the silent urgency of the imminent battle. HFY turned to General Thraq. Begin final preparations, HFY ordered, his voice resonating with an authority that allowed no rebuttal. Review the attack plan one more time. I want 0 errors in execution. Thraq nodded solemnly and activated the large star map detailing the capital's defensive structure. The assault plan stands, Thraq began. Our vanguard fleet will initiate the first phase. The primary objective is twofold. Bombard the 3 orbital defense platforms and neutralize the main planetary shield generator. This will open a passage for the landing ships. And the expected resistance? HFY asked. We expect strong initial resistance, though less than it should be due to the surprise and lack of preparation time. There is likely a significant number of emergency new recruits with no real battle experience, Thraq replied bluntly. Valerius still controls several reserve fleets, and we know his destroyers are positioned. The possibility of casualties in the vanguard is medium. We estimate we could lose between 20 and 25% of our fighters in the initial orbital assault to secure entry. HFY nodded. Let the squadrons know. We will not waste time on minor skirmishes. Thraq continued, pointing to a key location on the surface. Once the shields fall, our main force, the landing ships, will make a rapid entry and deliver our assault troops to the designated zone. The mission on the surface is a lightning strike. Locate, capture, and ensure the elimination of Valerius. And the support troops? HFY asked. Lockster's allied fleet will accompany our main force, staying in a reserve and reinforcement formation, Thraq explained. Their mission will be to provide fire support and cover any flank that remains exposed if Valerius attempts an evasive maneuver or a massive counterattack. They will not be given a primary objective, only to secure our rear. Thraq finished his report on the point that concerned HFY the most. We have teams ready for an attack. If resistance is too strong in the landing zone, we will have to keep attacking. Surrender is not an option. We win or we die. We will fulfill the objective of eliminating Valerius before the reinforcements from Caprax or Archon can even draw near. HFY closed his eyes for an instant, feeling the weight of the thousands of lives about to be risked. Then he opened them, his resolve firm. General, have all ships prepare their combat systems. Start the countdown. The hegemony falls today. Chapter 60, The Flare of the Assault. Location, low orbit of Krtaxis Prime. Time, end of the countdown. The countdown ended with a deafening roar that shook HFY's flagship. Space, once dark and silent, instantly turned into a hell of light and fire. From the command bridge, HFY watched the start of the attack. The fleets, led by General Thraq and Admiral Vale with thousands of ships, dove toward the hegemony's orbital defenses, accompanied by Lockster's fleets. The air was filled with shouts and status reports as the first ships exploded in flashes of plasma. The hegemony is responding with everything they have, Commander, General Thraq informed him. Their heavy cannons are targeting our largest vessels. Phase 1 was critical, neutralize the planetary shields. XYLR saw the main squadrons break away, flying in attack and evasion patterns to confuse the enemy targeting systems. The battle was not simple, it was a complex web of crossfire. The hegemony ships attacked with ferocity. Use the long-range missiles. Do not stop until that layer of protection is gone. XYLR ordered. Dozens of missiles streaked out from XYLR's fleet. The impact was massive. 2 of the 3 defense platforms exploded in a chain reaction that illuminated the orbit. However, the remaining platform held, concentrating its fire on the approaching fighters. The 3rd platform is still active. HFY shouted. And they have deployed a new line of interceptor fighters from the atmosphere. They are trying to buy time. XYLR did not hesitate. Have half of Lockster's fleet divert. Their mission is simple, keep those fighters occupied and protect our landing ships. Let them serve as reinforcements on the outer line. As the battle intensified, the primary objective drew near. XYLR's ships finally managed to concentrate enough fire on the shield generator. For an instant, the planet Toxis Prime seemed to glow intensely, and then, the energy dome protecting it dissipated. Shields down. We did it, an officer shouted. XYLR, anxious to finish Valerius, saw they were able to breach the planetary shield, though at a high cost of lost ships. General HFY, order immediate landing. Have the first wave of troops head to the capital. There is no time to waste. Emperor XYLR prepared to watch the descent of his troops, knowing that the price of this partial victory would be paid with a large number of casualties on the ground. The fall of the shields was only the end of the first act. The true hunt for Valerius was about to begin. Chapter 61, The War of Attrition in Orbit and the Descent. Location, orbit and surface of Toxis Prime. Time, hours of uninterrupted combat. The orbital battle stretched on for hours, transforming from a lightning assault into a brutal war of attrition. From the command bridge, XYLR's face reflected the tension of the struggle. Victory was a certainty. The hegemony ships fought with blind desperation, utilizing heavy surface cannons to support their fleets. Emperor, the enemy fleet is attempting to surround us. General HFY shouted. Have Lockster's ships move into action. Use the hit-and-run tactics we planned. We don't want a frontal fight. We only want chaos. Lockster's support ships were fast. They dispersed and launched themselves like a furious swarm. Their vessels did not stop to engage, they approached enemy destroyers, unleashed a barrage of missiles or a rapid bombardment against vulnerable points, such as engines and communication towers, and immediately turned back at maximum speed to vanish before a counterattack could land. They repeated the cycle over and over, hit and run. This tactic, while not destroying the massive ships, kept Valerius's fleet constantly wounded and disorganized, unable to concentrate their firepower. Finally, HFY delivered a report to XYLR. Damage report after hours of sustained combat, HFY announced. We have won the orbit, HFY reported. The shields are completely inactive, all 3 orbital platforms have been destroyed, and a large part of the hegemony's defending fleet is incapacitated or has retreated. We have secured the landing zones. Enemy morale is completely broken, their formations have disintegrated. We have fulfilled the first phase. And the cost? We suffered a significant number of casualties among the assault crews. Our fuel and ammunition supplies are low, but we can resupply with planetary resources and what remains of Valerius's army. We won't be able to convince the high-level generals, but we can convince the mid-level ones to join us. It would be a good idea to recruit a large portion of the civilian population, offering them an opportunity in a new empire. The properties of our fallen enemies could serve as an offering for new soldiers, along with the promise of a better life than the one they had. Rebellion against us serves them no purpose, they will ensure their survival and that of their families. We need to show Caprax and AR Khan that we have everything under control here. We must start organizing. HFY nodded. Yes, good idea, General. We have a window of 2 to 3 weeks, but let's start from the beginning. Order the landing teams to capture all of Valerius's generals and soldiers. HFY stepped onto the surface of KR Toxis Prime. The ground was a mixture of charred debris and dust, the air smelled of burnt metal and bitter victory. The capital was in flames. Flanked by his personal guard, HFY walked among the first troops securing the zone. General Th-Rak, having fulfilled the mission of winning the battle and taking control of the capital, warned Emperor HFY that Valerius and the elders were gone. A captured general had confirmed it. It seems he activated an escape protocol just before the shields fell.